Hello guys, what's up? You're here with Amanda. So for today's video, we are going to be doing our second weekly check-in of June. So this week was like, it was an entire no spend week because again, I have not stuffed my envelopes this month. I will be getting paid on the 19th, which I do have some things to say about that. But if you follow me on Instagram, which is right here on the screen, you guys will know that I did have to get my car battery replaced. So I'm going to talk about all the changes I had to make within my budget for the 19th in this video. That way you guys kind of know what's going on later. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and do the weekly check-in. So if you didn't already know, all the stickers that I'm using this month are from my shop, which will be linked down below, except for the budget spreads. Those I'm not selling, especially for this month because it's already too late. But I did make everything you're gonna see in this video. I do also use the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, which they did release some new patterns. So if you want to get 10% off or $10 off your first order, click the link in my description. And then this little notebook is also from Amazon, which will also be in the description box below. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So if we flip to the very back of this, I do not have any expenses for this week. So my weeks go from Sunday to Saturday, and this is the Sunday of week 3. So I did not spend anything this week, so it's an entire no spend week, which is very satisfying. However, I know it's just because I have yet to stuff anything, so I guess that's exciting. With that being said, I did cross out sinking funds on my weekly check-ins and replace them with what's called my mini envelopes, which are the ones that I purchased from Dom Budgets. And those I'm not going to be tracking individually just because they're kind of like extra spend money that's not a sinking fund but won't be stuffed all the time, just as I feel the need to. So there's that, because I do have a lot of envelopes for things that can just be counted as personal, so it's just my preference and it's a lot. So for now we just have mini envelopes. I just forgot to write it there. So everything that we spent again was zero. So as for budget, it's just gonna stay zero because I didn't stuff anything, which is very sad again, but it's okay. So we also spent zero, which means that my remaining balances should be the same as whatever was at the top. So personal is $7 because I have my clothing and beauty envelope which go under personal. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave it blank just because I want to. So let's do that. So now that we filled in our weekly check-in, even though I normally do that last, we're going to go over to our monthly spread and just fill it with a bunch of no spend stickers. So we're going to be tracking the week from the 7th through the 13th. As you can see, I did add an extra tab because I'm now going to be tracking my mini envelopes as a whole. So I'm not gonna I know I said I have a spot here in my weekly check-in, but I would just put the total amount spent and not a budget or remaining amount, just so in my monthly view I can have a tab down when I do use a mini envelope, because if I don't track it at all, it's not a true no spend day, since I will most likely have used some of that money, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna go ahead and just place stickers while I explain to you my whole car situation. So my car battery died on my boyfriend the other day when I don't remember where I was, but I wasn't home. I just remember him telling me that it died and I couldn't get it on, and my car stalls, you guys, all the time. Whenever it wants, it'll just stall. Normally it was every time I put gas, but my dad had it fixed to where after I put gas it won't stall. So I never get stuck at the gas station. Now I just get stuck at random places and it's a little bit annoying, but it doesn't do it all the time. So when he texted me that it had died, I was like, are you sure it's not just stalling? Because whenever it would stall, the radio doesn't turn on, the AC doesn't turn on, it just stalls. But he was like, no, this time it's just clicking, your engine's not even making any noise. So okay, I was like, okay, it's dead. So I come back and him and my mom were jumping my vehicle which, you know, thank you, because I needed it to get started since we were dog sitting that night. So they finally got it started, and then it stalled on him again today. So he took it to the gym early this morning because he likes to go when no one's there, and he texted me again that it had died. So we went to the gym and jumped the car again, and I texted my dad, and he was like, no, like, your battery is dead, like, you have to replace it. So it's like, I don't have money for a battery, but thankfully I do have a credit card. So I charged it to my Discover. It was $118 since we bought it online, and there was a promo code, and since I gave them my old battery, we also got $22 like deducted from our entire total. So my total is just gonna be $118, which, because of that, I did have to drain my car maintenance envelope, which you guys will see in next week's check-in, because that's for the next week. And what I also did, actually, hold on, so this is everything for my weekly check-in. Again, no spend days. We're doing so good this month. We just have one expense. So I guess if you want to have a no spend month, just don't stuff your envelopes, because look at that, that looks really nice. So yeah, anyway, that's all for the weekly check-in. So I'm gonna just resume with my little car story. So what I had to do is, again, drain my car maintenance envelope, which was only $10. There was $10 in there, which isn't that much, since I had to use the money for my AC, because that had also gone out. So what I decided to do is, I have this journal. I don't pre-plan my budgets in my micro happy notes anymore. I pre-plan them in here. So what I did is, I had pre-planned my budget for the 19th, and so I had to go back through and put an X next to everything I was gonna take money from to pay off this battery. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 categories that aren't gonna get stuffed at all. So I'm also gonna leave the car maintenance money that I would have stuffed in my bank account. That way it just makes it easier to pay off the amount. So since it is $118, my boyfriend and I were gonna half it, but my mom decided to half it with me, which is okay. So I'm not really complaining about that. So her and I are gonna half it, and then he is just gonna cover my oil change. So if you guys are wondering why he has to pay for anything, it's because we use that vehicle for both of us, like to take both of us to work. He's learning to drive in that car, and just different things like that. And it takes him to his dad's house, like to his brother's place whenever we need to go. So it's just a car that's for both of us, and we just thought it was fair if we both pay towards things that it would need. So there's that. We are gonna hopefully get the oil change tomorrow, and then my car will just be done and ready to go for the rest of the month. That way I can beef up some funds, because my boyfriend and I have actually been talking about moving out by the end of this year, into a low income or an income restricted apartment complex, just because that's what we can afford right now. And of course, we're not going to make the move if it's something where we would have to live off of a very small amount of money. So thankfully we both have envelopes for moving out funds, and we're just trying to get our expenses or money in place before we make any big decisions. So there's that, and I think that's all I really have to share today. So thank you guys for stopping by on this lovely short no spend weekly check-in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.